Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of my grow on tank build. So I've got all my sleepers screwed together. They're held in with 2 long sleeper screws through each corner, and then there's a couple of bits where there's breaks in the middle, and they've got some long screws going all the way down into them that way, and also ones in the top of there going into the one below it. There's also a couple of sort of plates and brackets on the inside as well. I've got it lined with some polystyrene. It will compress a little bit when the water's in there, but shouldn't do too much, and it saves using an underlay as well. It's nice and cheap. I did look at the foil backed stuff like Kingspan, but it's about 3 or 4 times as expensive, so I thought I'd leave that. Just got to get the liner in now. I had a bit of a cock up with that. I measured my sleepers wrong. I sort of worked out the measurements based on the size that the sleepers are supposed to be, but they are a couple of centimetres bigger than they're meant to be, so I was a little bit out. So I've had to order a new liner anyway. That should be delivered today, so hopefully I can get that in and start filling it up. So just another quick update on the koi fry. They're now sat in my garage in the tank. I needed to bring the temperature down in their tank, and I couldn't do that in the house because they just, with the light on as well, they just sit at 21 degrees the whole time. So over the last couple of days I've brought them into the garage and I've been bringing the temperature down slowly. So they're currently sat at 18 degrees. I'm going to drop it another degree tomorrow. So hopefully when I start up the grow on tank, I'm going to start it up at 16 degrees, and we'll go from there. If I'm not having too many issues with condensation, I might raise the temperature up a little bit, but we'll play it by ear on that one. And if I'm having too many problems with condensation, I'll just slowly lower the temperature in the grow on tank, and I'll just put them in the pond outside. I don't really want to trash my garage to grow these on a little bit. I think they're more than big enough to be fine over winter in the main pond, but we're going to give it a go. Right, so the liner's in. It's sort of 2/3 full of water. Not filled it the whole way up yet. I'll perhaps run it for 24 hours before I fill it up to the top. I don't know if you can see it there, pumps down in the bottom. Solvent welded straight into there. So this is my little DIY shower filter. So it's got 2 returns coming back into the bottom there. It's also got an overflow pipe on the top. So if for any reason the filter foams in the top get blocked up, it will sort of overflow down there rather than sort of spilling out over the sides. In this middle tray, got a load of alpha grog. At the moment there's nothing in the bottom tray. I'm going to pinch some media out of the main pond shower filter. The top tier is just a few sponges and foams. So I'm going to have to clean it quite regularly. Long term, I'm hoping to have my easy pod off the main pond on here once I've redone the main pond, but this will do for now. Just flick it on. It's quite noisy when it's on. This is a 10,000 variable pump, just running at 30%. So it's making quite a bit of noise just because there's no media in the bottom tray at the moment, so it's splashing quite a lot. But yeah, quite happy with it. I'll turn it off because I can't hear myself think. So what I'm going to do now is, the water in here is about 13 degrees at the moment, and the water in the fry tank is about 17 degrees, so it's a bit too cold to move them across. But what I am going to do is bring across a couple of the smaller fish from my main pond that I want to grow on a little bit. The main pond's currently sitting at about 12 degrees, so they'll be fine to to go in here. I'm going to net them out and move them across, and then I'll get the heater in here, probably leave them overnight, hopefully bring this up to a similar temperature, and then get the fry in tomorrow. So these are the 3 fish out of my main pond that I'm going to put in with the fry. They've all grown quite a lot since the last time I've had them out in the bowl. Yeah, really nice little fish. I'd like to get a little bit more size on them over winter. The kajaku there, I've only noticed now I've had it out in the bowl, it's got a slight ulcer on its side. I don't really know what's caused that. I'm going to do a scrape on them quickly, and I don't know if you can see it, just at the back there. I'll do a scrape on that, just check that's alright. That little kahaku's got a little bit of carp pox on its tail and on its dorsal fin, but other than that, the other two are absolutely fine. Oh yeah, this is the, I don't know how well you can see it there, but it's a light that I've got to light up the grow on. It's a full spectrum LED light, and it has like a timer on it as well, so it does sort of different light patterns depending on the time of the day. So hopefully that will help keep their colours over the winter. If they do fade too much, I will bring them out. But it's just a bit of an experiment really this year, just to see how we get on. Something to do while I've got a bit of time. But yeah, I really like these 3 fish. I just like to get them a little bit bigger. I'll give them another sort of half an hour to acclimatise to the temperature, and then I'll put them in. Right, they've had a little while to adjust to the temperature, so I'm going to let them go, and then we'll get the heater on in here, bring them up a little bit overnight, and hopefully I can get the fry in either tomorrow or the day after, depending on how long it takes for it to warm up. Right, so I've got the fry out of the fish tank into the bowl. They've been in there a little while now, the temperatures are the same both sides, so I'm going to let them go. The other koi that are in there are proper freaking out because I put the bowl in here, but they were all alright earlier. We'll let them go, give them a few hours to settle in and check on them later. This will be their first time out of a fish tank. They won't know what to do with all this space. So all the fry are in the grow on now, all settling down. They're still quite skittish at the moment, but I've eaten a little bit of fry food that I chucked in. Yeah, I think it'll probably take them a few days to settle in, but I'm sure they'll all be okay. Yeah, a few more bits to do. Got to get a cover sorted for the pond, for the grow on even, and I've got one little leak on this elbow here, but it's only really tiny. It's got one drip every now and again, so I'll reseal that at some point. I'm going to change these return jets, have them so they're going underwater at sort of an angle, just to give a bit of a flow on the tank. And I need to get the air pump in as well, and then hopefully get some food in them, and hopefully they'll keep on growing. The heater's holding them fine at 16.4 at the moment, so I'm quite happy with that. We'll see how we go with that. If I'm not having too many issues with condensation, I'll turn it up a bit. But yeah, thanks for watching. If anyone's got any questions on how I set anything up, let me know. Kind of not gone into it in too much detail. But thanks for watching, I'll see you in the next one.